Today, I'm going to explain a French horror thriller film called Evolution. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Nicolas is a sickly young boy living by the sea with his mother. One day while swimming in the sea, Nicolas glimpses what appears to be a dead boy with a red starfish on his belly. Nicolas quickly picks his way across the striking dark rocks of his town's shoreline to report his discovery to his mother. Mom immediately goes diving and brings back the starfish, but she tells him there is no dead body there. At home, Nicolas is given slimy meals for supper, and his mother gives him a dose of medication. Nicolas asks his mother what sickness he is having. His mother explains that all boys on this island require treatments because their bodies will change and weaken as they get older. Later that night, all mothers on the island are seen gathering somewhere. They are going to the shoreline. Then, Nicolas' mother brings back the dead body Nicolas saw before, and the other mothers gather around it. The following day, Nicolas plays with his starfish. After another boy mocks him for being afraid of it, he grows angry and attacks the boy. He later hacks off one of the starfish's arms. After his outburst, his mother takes him to a hospital for regular observation. At the hospital, a doctor injects a yellow liquid into Nicolas' stomach. He is then told to stay one night in the hospital. Nicolas later finds himself in a ward with other boys who have been similarly operated on. They begin to question what sickness they are having. At night, the scene shows nurses who are watching videos of cesarean sections being performed. The following day, Nicolas is released from the hospital. He begins to suspect his mother and the nurses of having lied to him. He visits his friend's house, Victor, and they sneak out in the middle of the night to observe what the mothers are doing. However, on their way, Victor gets scared, so he runs back home. Nicolas continues his way in order to discover the truth. When he arrives, he's very surprised at what he sees. He sees the women lying together completely nude, writhing around in the mud, and passing an object from one to another. He immediately runs back home. A few hours later, at home, he sneaks a peek at his mother as she is showering off the mud. He observes that she has what appears to be suckers on her back. Back at the hospital, Nicolas is given an ultrasound. To his mother's apparent joy, they hear the heartbeat of a fetus. Nicolas is then taken into a room to stay another night in the hospital while waiting for the final surgery. In that room, he meets other children, including his best friend, Victor. Later that night, Victor is operated on. After the operation, a creature is taken out of his stomach and put in a jar. Victor dies during the operation. In the morning, Nicolas asks the nurse about Victor's whereabouts. The nurse lies, and tells Nicolas that Victor is recovering. A nurse brings a conch shell into the ward, saying that Victor has sent it to them. Nicolas's mother visits him, and she brings food for him. However, he refuses to eat what she feeds him. When she becomes upset and begins to look through his sketchbook, he accuses her of not being his mother. They then sedate him and take away his drawing book. In the hospital, Nicolas develops a friendship with one of the nurses, Stella, who seems to have taken a liking to Nicolas. Stella sneaks Nicolas crayons and draws with him. Nicolas' drawings include a dead boy and starfish, but also a bicycle, a car, a building, and a giraffe. Stella then tells him a secret. She shows Nicolas a file with pictures of women with suckers on their backs, including one of a young girl. That night, she takes him down to the sea, shows him the suckers on her back, and allows him to touch them before taking him into the water. However, due to being in the water for too long, Nicolas passes out. Stella immediately revives him using CPR. Nicolas goes back to the hospital. At night, he sneaks into another room, where he finds one of the boys. When Nicolas approaches, the boy lays Nicolas's hand on his own stomach, and he feels movement in the boy's body. After forcing Nicolas to press on his stomach, he begins to vomit. Nicolas runs away in fear and enters a different room. In that room, he sees one of the boys floating in a tank. Not long after, he is caught by a nurse, and he is taken for the final surgery. After the surgery, Nicolas awakens in a tank. He is in restraints and sees what appears to be two babies inside the tank with him. He is shocked to see this, and he faints. Nicolas wakes up and again finds himself by the sea with Stella. They again enter the water, but this time she presses her mouth to his as she swims with him, giving him air to breathe underwater. She pushes him to the surface, and the two end up in a small rowboat floating away from the island. After making sure Nicolas has a drink of fresh water, Stella slips back into the sea, presumably to go back to the island. Nicolas stays on the boat and, by nightfall, finds himself approaching the harbor of a major city. And that's the ending of the movie. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.